Hi there, Mapledale Indian Hill teachers. I hope that you're having a great day. In this screencast, I'm going to share with you how you can set up that EE folder to hold all of your educator effectiveness stuff in throughout the school year. Now, I know we did share the original EE folder with you, and if you are having success downloading that and then uploading it into your drive and that's working perfectly, by all means, use that method. It seemed to be a little bit confusing for a couple of people, so here is another method where you'll just build it yourself and then create the sharing rights. So that's what I'm going to walk you through right now. First, you have to be in your Google Drive, so make sure that you are there. And we're going to start by simply clicking New and creating a new folder, so adding a folder. Now we're all going to name it the same way, so we have a consistent method for searching for these folders. So we'll go capital E, last name, comma, first name, and then create. And there it is, very nice. Now, we're actually going to throw our items into this folder, so go ahead and click on the folder. You'll notice that nothing is here yet, but yesterday I worked diligently to finish my self-review, my SLO, and my PPG, and those items are just sitting on my desktop, so I'm going to go fetch them from my desktop right now. I will click New. Oops, there we go. And this is going to be a file upload, and here's my little screen. Like I said, my items are on my desktop. So I know I've got my, there's my PPG planning form. I'll put that in. Voila. Another file upload, and here is my SLO planning form. Dandy. And then again, new file upload. The very first task that I did was my teacher self-review. Awesome. Okay, now one thing that you might notice is that right now they are just Word documents, so when you actually click on them to look at them, you need to then open it with Google Docs, and then it actually brings it into Google Docs and makes it that fillable, editable form. Aha, there it is. Okay. So now I'm finished with this. I'm going to X out of it, and there we go. I want to go back to my EE folder. You'll see there's the Word document as well as the Google document. Once you've converted all of them, you can just go in and delete that original Word document because now I've converted it to be a Google Doc. Okie dokes. So you can do that for each of those three items. Next thing I want is to have a folder to hold all of my SLO artifacts. So I'm going to click New. I'm going to create a folder within my EE folder, and I'm going to call this SLO Artifacts. There we go, just a holding cell for those things that reflect the process of my SLO as well as the attainment of my SLO. And then add another new folder, not for PPG artifacts, but remember, all-encompassing of the Danielson framework, so we'll call it Teacher Practices Artifacts. Artifacts and evidence. More or less the same thing. Awesome. The last folder that I'm going to create, new add folder, is just going to be EE process reference documents, and I'll be sharing those items with you, so then you can just slide them into this folder. The things I'll share with you are the Teacher Process Manual version 4, the green cover document, the full Danielson framework with the rubrics, the critical attributes, all of that, and the the timeline for the school year. So I'll email those to you, and then you can just pull them in from your desktop, just like you did with your SLO and PPG planning forms and your self-review. Okay. Finally, any teacher in a summer year, or I guess even those in a supporting year, as we go through the year and there are mini evaluations or the full evaluations, your evaluator will simply access your EE file and add those things to your EE Google folder. In terms of the forms that are completed by summer year teachers, the pre-observation planning form and the post-observation reflection, again, I will just email those out and you can pull them into your folder just so they're all in one spot. One thing that we did talk about, now I'm going back to the teacher practices artifacts. As you go through the school year and you think about the work that you do and what is sort of the best representation of you throughout the Danielson framework, when I upload something into this teacher practices artifacts folder, for instance, I have something sitting on my desktop that I want to put in there. I'm going to do new, file upload. And for me, I'm going to use this Come See It Live QR code. It's an invitation to parents to come into my classroom, and I think that's a great reflection of some of my Domain 4 professional responsibilities in terms of parent communication and engagement. Once it's in there, I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to rename it. I'm going to obviously keep the name Come See It Live because that tells me what it is, but I'm also going to tag it to the components within the framework to which it aligns. So for me, that's going to be 4C, 4B, and 4D. This is kind of handy because now it's named aligned to the framework, and when my evaluator comes to my folder to look, you know, what reflects Sandy as a teacher this year, she can just see, he or she can see the Danielson components attached to those artifacts right here. So let's go back to the folder. And the very last thing I need to do is set up sharing rights. I'm actually not going to hit this share little guy over here. I'm actually going to hit on the folder name itself, the drop down, and share, because then that shares the whole folder. And I want to share this with Tim. I want to share this with Jen, and I want to share this with Sandy, and I want to make sure that everybody can edit this so we all have access you know, to the items within that folder. And then I'm just going to hit send, and now you'll notice there's the little person. That means everything in this is a shared item, so all of my friends can see it. That is how we can set up our EE folder for the year to bypass Teachscape. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, please ask a team member, ask me, ask one of us, and we can help you out. Thanks so much and have a great day.